What is going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. So we got tons of information to go over, but ultimately it's a response to a video that somebody brought to my attention, first and foremost, should I say, because then we got more info regarding updates, possibly new next gen content, and a bunch of stuff to go through. But that being said, this is the title. Fortnite Avengers is better than Marvel's Avengers game. Now, I did actually go ahead and watch this video. It was like 2 minutes long. Someone brought it to my attention, and I gave the guy credit because I gave him benefit of the doubt is probably the best word to say, because at the beginning of the video he straight away says to just hear him out. So I decided to hear that out, and well, it seems like there's a few people that are now going along with this, so I thought I'd basically share my opinion on that, and I want you to get in the comments below after I basically say what was said in the video. So yeah, just check it out. We've got tons of stuff to go over, so as always, drop a like on the video, subscribe for more awesome content, and that, my friend, just makes you a much better human being. But diving into the video, so what he says, because the title is kind of like I don't know, it kind of just feels like it's just straight away in general saying Fortnite Avengers is better than Marvel's Avengers, which is basically what the title does say. However, when he explains it, he's talking about the gameplay. Now, we know that, I mean, it's crazy, like it's crazy that we're even comparing these two games right now. But the thing is, right, when you look at the recent update, which is what this person was saying, with Fortnite having the Marvel characters, ultimately he's saying that he feels Epic Games were able to nail the gameplay experience with Marvel characters more than Square Enix Crystal Dynamics did with Marvel's Avengers, if that makes sense. So for example, like hero powers, heroes appearance as well, and just general gameplay aspects. Now, see, this is a crazy statement to make. So I don't even want to say this, but like I can ever so slightly see what he means, and I mean, everyone's entitled to their own opinion, of course, but like ever so slightly I can see what he means, because like sure, there is actually something that I would love to implement into this Marvel's Avengers game, but it just wouldn't make sense at all, right? But can you imagine if there was like a online co-op mode, which of course there is, except you are not a Marvel character, you are basically just a plain NPC who has essentially just randomly joined the Avengers. I know it's kind of going well off the storyline and everything here, right? But if you've ever played Fortnite and you know what they've done with the Avengers, it's essentially just mixing up different characters' powers. And I know we've actually speculated on this like way before the game was released, on how, like Spider-Man does, obviously it's different though because that's the same character, but you know, like how you can have different suit powers, how cool would it be to have like a plain NPC that you're doing co-op, and you can just sort of, I guess, customize him with random different Avengers features. Like you can have Iron Man's blasters, right, and then you can have Thor's hammer, or you can have something like Captain America's shield and Thor's hammer. You can do it the other way around, where you are just Captain America, and of course you have Thor's hammer. I mean, when it comes down to DLC characters as well, there's tons of different things that you can actually implement to make this game fun. Now, I know that's going completely off the story here, but that's basically what this video was saying, and it's just basically saying that the gameplay experience with Fortnite is more fun. But here's the thing, alright, so first of all, let's pretend that does not exist, okay, because that is just crazy. Let's throw that aside. But what I do feel that could be changed right now is because player rate is still dropping like crazy, right? First of all, this month is meant to be a big month. Like, we're having brand new content in the game. We got DLC for Kate Bishop. We hopefully have that new other update as well for, of course, the cloning lab as well. Fingers crossed we see a new war table this month, and if we do, that would of course reveal a roadmap for the game. So in that perspective, this month could be really big for this game, right? But a lot of people are still getting frustrated with the game because the recent patch was actually meant to solve the problem of people losing progression, and unfortunately someone has lost progression again, going right back down to level 1. Now, the thing here is, especially going on the basis of what they put in the emails yesterday, which was a survey asking for people's feedback regarding endgame content, you know, is it still fun, what made you play the game? I know that the devs basically know that, you know, a lot of people ain't playing because there's kind of nothing to do. So that's where the idea just sprung into my head on an example of what Fortnite done with the characters, and like I said, trust me, I am not saying this at all. I mean, you can't even compare these two games, of course, but in the sense of just making something a bit more fun, right? I think that would be a really cool feature, like just mixing around different Avengers gear, but obviously you wouldn't do that with an Avenger, you'd just have like a plain NPC. Again, I don't know how possible that is, but it's meant to be a game you could play for a long time, and at this moment in time, I guess we all kind of got cold feet. We don't really know the direction we're going in moving forward. We have to see this roadmap, and that's why this month is super important, and it's super important we get a War Table stream, because that, well, it basically just needs to reveal all of that information, and then once we have that information, it would just make sense in the, well, in terms of the direction that we are going to, and of course ultimately bring more players into the game. So there's a few more different aspects that can pull players in, but right now for October, that's probably the biggest one out of them all. So leave your thoughts on all of that stuff in the comments below. Now going on to the second thing I want to mention is that Xbox will be sharing details regarding their optimized games that are coming later this month. Now Play Avenger, the fan Twitter account, actually quoted this, hopefully saying that Marvel Avengers Next Gen news will come soon, and of course it just has a little snippet of the quote that was said, well, of course, for the launch of Xbox Series X/S later this month, they'll basically be just showing more gameplay from these titles, so stay tuned for more. So fingers crossed we do see that, but that being said, don't forget, I guess Square Enix, Crystal Dynamics, they got this special bond with PlayStation, Sony, so I don't think we would basically see that with Xbox, if that makes sense. So I have a feeling that we have to wait for PlayStation to do something for that, and then we'll be able to get our first look at some next gen gameplay as opposed to with Xbox, but I could be completely wrong. I have no idea what's in place. That's just going on the basis of their current relationship and all the exclusives and so forth that they're doing. It just makes complete sense that we would see it with a PlayStation reveal for their optimized games. So Sony have been quiet. We don't exactly 100% know what their game plan is, but it seems like they're just sitting back watching Xbox do their thing, and eventually they're just going to strike and reveal some really cool things for their console. It just makes sense. But guys, what do you think on all of this stuff? Can you see what the person was saying regarding Fortnite Marvel's Avengers is better than Marvel's Avengers game? Or do you think that's just completely crazy? For me, like I said, completely crazy as a whole, but you gotta respect people's opinion, right? That's like the first thing, so complete respect to that dude with every single bit, right? Everyone's entitled to their own opinion, but with just one aspect I'd actually take out of that game would definitely be just mixing around different characters, hero powers, whatever you want to call them. I just think that'd make for a more fun gameplay experience. But again, get in the comments below, leave your thoughts on that, and I'll see you in the next video. If you missed earlier's one, we were talking about someone who won the PlayStation 5 through Doritos, and the PlayStation 5 X and circle button are completely being switched around, which has fans really mad that are not in the West. So check that out if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one. Till then, have yourselves a ridiculously amazing day, and until the next one, adios amigos.